Dupree, and today I am going to show you MagicSchool AI. This is an amazing tool for teachers to use. I've already set up my account because I have used this in my classroom already, but if you're setting up a new account, I used my teacher email. We are a Google Workspace, so I use my email and my Google login through that. And I just select educator, and when you do, it's going to give you all these fabulous teacher tools that are free for us to use. There is an upgraded plan, but I feel like the free plan covers just about everything I need. So I'm going to kind of just scroll through so you can get an idea of some of the stuff that MagicSchool AI has to offer for you. There's multiple choice quizzes, text translator, which I think would be great. We have a high EL population, so I think that would be wonderful to use. Text dependent questions, Jeopardy review game. I mean, it just keeps going. Look at all of this stuff. There's even some math and some science stuff in there. So today I'm going to show you two of the tools that I like to use on here. The first one is lesson plan. I really like using this tool because it kind of does a backwards lesson plan for you. So when you click on it, it's going to bring you here. I have already had my grade saved in here, so you would just select your grade. And then here is where you're going to kind of put your standard, your topics, that kind of stuff. So what I typically like to do is I like to copy and paste our Louisiana State Standard, which I'm using one about knowing and applying grade level phonics and word analysis skills in decoding words. We are working on 2-syllable words. So I work with small groups of students. So small group lesson for 4 students working on decoding 2-syllable words using the 6 different syllable types. I would also like to add a 6-syllable sort in there. And then as I go down, there's additional criteria. So what I like to put in here is maybe a unit. I kind of like to match my stuff to what they're doing in their reading classroom. So one of their units that they study is fairy tales. So I could type in fairy tales. And then you can set it to align to different state standards. And then I click generate, and now we kind of wait for the magic to happen. It's going to generate a lesson for us. It gives everything. So you have your objectives. It gives you a formative and a summative assessment, which I really like. It gives you guided and independent practice. It's going to show you the standards that it's related to, extension work, homework, everything. So obviously you don't have to use all of this, but you go through and you kind of pick out what you like. So what I want to do is I want to add something else. So my students, they are pretty good at decoding in isolation. We're working on using that skill within context, like in passages and stuff. So I'm going to go back to the prompt generator, and I'm going to add something. I want to add a 3-paragraph passage related to skills being worked on for students to read. Okay, and then I'm going to come down and I'm going to generate again. And then I'm going to wait for that. And it's coming up. Kind of goes through the whole thing all over again. Giving you your hook, your introduction, all of the different things. And there's our 3-paragraph fairy tale passage at the very bottom. So that's pretty awesome. So what I want to do is I'm going to take this little guy and I'm going to copy it because I'm going to use it on the next tool that we use in just a second. Okay, so I want to save this. I want to export it. So I'm going to export to Google Doc. And so I just click that little button and export it to the Google Doc, and then it gives me a second grade small group phonics 2-syllable, puts it all in a nice, neat Google Doc for me so I can print or I can save, whatever I want to do, I can share with other people. So the next tool I wanted to show you, I like to take this paragraph, and we are working on decoding, but I do try to throw in a little bit of comprehension while we're in there, just because that's something that they typically need to work on too. So I'm going to go to this text dependent questions. And I really like this because sometimes I feel like I end up asking the exact same question over and over, and it kind of gives me new questions. So I'm going to go choose, I want 5 questions. Question types, we're going to do Bloom's taxonomy, hot questions. And then I'm going to insert my text. I'm just going to paste it. And then I'm going to click generate again. And it's kind of going to come up with all the things we need. So it's going to give you your text dependent questions, your answer key, and then note to teacher. Obviously it says review students' responses for text evidence and reasoning. Now I want to go back in and maybe I want to add something to that. I want to add a written response question. So add one written and then we can generate. Then here it goes again. Here's your written response. It's going to give you your answer key again, and it gives you the written response model. I can also kind of go in there and maybe there's a rubric maker. So that would be another thing I would do, is I would kind of take these questions and the passage and put it in the rubric maker. But most of the time I'm not grading this. I'm just working with the students. So this is good enough for me here. But as a classroom teacher, that's a great way. Put some of those short stories and stuff in there. But overall, I feel like this is a pretty good program. So I feel like you guys should really check out Magic School AI next time you're looking for some new small group ideas.